Alrighty, it's on. Paint doesn't match, but it's close enough. And it don't look too bad. I got a hole in my light here, so I'll probably order a new one of these if I can find one for a reasonable cost. And then right now, I pointed out, I think the last time, that this is a brown wire and it should be on the left side, and that one's got a green wire and it should be on the right side. So I'm going to get about fixing that. I'll just swap these out. I'll just take it off here and swap those, and that will be color matching then. Well, I got a little bit done today. Not as much as I'd like, but I'll show you why I don't get more done in one day than I do. I did get a brand new set of accelerator cables installed, and I'm pretty sure that the oil pump is not working correctly, because when I spin it, you should see that, well, it went out, but it never comes back. If you see this part right down here, if you push it up and then you turn the wheel, you'll see it go out, but it never comes back. Well, there it's doing it. Yeah, it's going a little bit now. I don't know. Now, if you activate the, I'll try and get you in there. There you are. Now, as you turn this wheel up here, which is what the engine does, you'll see this little unit right here going in and out. And it's just a little bit. That might be enough, I'm not sure. When it gets some oil in it, it might be a little bit more freed up. Now, if I hit the accelerator and then turn this wheel, you see that that is going in and out a lot more. So it's working. I think it needs oil in it to actuate properly. And I'll be glad to do that. What else we got today? What did we do? Well, we cleaned up the seat. We installed the buddy seat. That was a trip. And I'm not sure if it's right, because there seems to be a gap. Either I got the wrong buddy seat or something down in here. I don't know if you can see down in here. Let me get something to point with. Right down here, there's a gap on that between the frame and the frame of the buddy seat. So I'm not sure about that. It's the same on both sides. You can see down in there. I put the carburetor in, of course, when I hooked up the cable. I've got the wiring harness in, but it's not in place like it should be. I'm going to look for a different flasher, one that fits in that rubber holder, or I'll find a different rubber holder. The red and the white leads have different male and female plugs on them, so I won't have any problem hooking that up. That goes to the rectifier. I want to get some more cable ties. I'm going to change that spark plug and put the backup plug up here and put the spark plug over here where it's easier to get at. I have an air filter to put in there, and well, we're getting there. The seat I'll need a new cover for. You can see right here it's ripped. That's a shame too. because the rest of the seat, except for this right here, is in pretty good shape. And I'll never get one that these two match right now. I could put some Gorilla Tape on it, but I'm not a big fan of doing that. So anyway, once I get me some more cable ties, this is what I'll be using to see where the cables all go. I got to find a speedometer cable as well. And I do have the tack cable hooked up. And I got a set of tires in there, brand new ones. I'll probably put them on. Should have done that before. What else? Nothing. Let me show you why I don't get much done in one day. If you go out here and you look over here, this is what else I'm working on. There was a ramp here I put in when my mother was here, and she was in her 90s and couldn't motivate very well anymore. And so now I'm taking it out because I got Charlie, who's my dog, and he needs a place to play. So we built him a little playpen. They just put this in yesterday. And that's a tour of the old place. And we'll be back. GoPro, stop recording. Well, folks, I was just about to go out and work on my demo project. That would be demolition project rather than demonstrate. But I got a message that said that my foot pegs had been delivered in the mailbox. So I ran down and got them, and this is one of them. The other one on the other side will look the same. And I think they'll be better than the rubber ones, I hope. And I might have to move that shift lever a little bit, but I got plenty of room to do that, I think. So we're all set. Well, isn't that strange? I took this pin in the center here, you see. Hopefully you can see it, I'm not sure. Is supposed to hook to this spring here. Well, that means it should stick out proud of the end of this plastic. But when I disconnected the spring, the whole shaft went back up in there, and there's no way to get it back out other than, well, no, just taking it apart. But I guess I'm going to have to go find a different brake switch. All right, so finally got my brakes hooked up. I started out by having the brake light, that is. What's the problem? You don't think they're right? They are. They're right. I'm sure of it. All right, where was I before I was so rudely interrupted by that hound? I can call him that. He's not here now. Put him in his little pen. I don't know if this light's going to work for me or not here. Maybe. Let me get a pointer. All right, so the switch is here. There's a plastic nut on it. This is the OEM switch, I believe. And that plastic nut is kind of like inverted. There's a part that goes down into the holder here. You can see down here. Then the spring hooks to that. And then this wire here, here, and here hooks to the spring. All right. Now, this wire, obviously, you can tell, has a bend in it. Okay. That has to be behind this bolt here, the swing arm bolt, and it comes down inside and hooks into there. When you put the brake on, it pulls that, and you can see it pulls the plunger, which is here, on the brake switch. Now, to make sure that we got rear brake lights, what we're going to do is hook a test light to this and operate the brake. Then if we need to make adjustments, we can go ahead and do that. So I'll be back. All right, so I didn't have a test light handy, but I did have my meter handy. So we got it set on ohms, and we're going to check that switch. We got it hooked up here, I hope. Let me see if I can get that to stay in there. No, I can't. But maybe I can put that in there and operate the camera. Hold the camera in my knees and operate the brake switch. And it doesn't seem to do anything. So we'll need to adjust it. And to adjust it, we get this here. If we back that off a bit, it will cause more tension on the spring. At least that's what I'm hoping. Right here, there's a nut right there that you can screw in, and if you bring it down, why, it should put more tension on the spring until you get to the point where if you push the brake light, you get a short across that switch. Like that. How about that? All right. So we're going to find us a wrench and do that. All right, so I got it adjusted, so when I push the brake pedal down, you can see the meter goes to 0, or basically 0. And I adjusted this back here so a minimum of travel before it hits the brakes themselves. That's about how I like it. You might want to adjust yours a little different. But it works now. And the switch is doing what it's supposed to, so I'll plug it back into its connectors up there. And we'll be all set. Next thing we'll work on will be what? Oh, I guess we'll put the air cleaner in and then put the oil tank back on. What else are we going to need? We got this connector. That's the, oh yeah, there's bolts that hold this, the front of this, they call it a mud guard. The plastic piece of the rear fender that I didn't get in. They come in from the back, I think. I'll have to find them again. Oh no, right here. Right there. Goes up. And so I'll get those in, and then I'll bring you back. All right, it's about 3 in the afternoon, and I've got places that are hurting that shouldn't be hurting. And I think I'm done for the day, but let me just do a brief recap of what we got. We did, in fact, install the high expansion chamber and muffler back here. And I do have the little deflector for the end. I'll put that in. What else did we get done? I did get my air cleaner installed. I'm not so sure about the cables. I think this one's supposed to run down here, and since the spring to keep it away from the heat is down at this end, I think I need to get it up here and away from that heat where the rubber is. So we'll do that tomorrow. The main harness is pretty much where it's supposed to be. I did clip it in place. I wrapped some tape around this flasher unit, which is an aftermarket unit, so that it wouldn't just fall out of this. It's still a little loose, but I think it'll stay there. And I've got the new battery. Needs to have water put in it and a charge put on it, or acid put in it. I do have some. I believe there's a cardboard box up there on the shelf that's full of it. So we're getting there, slow but sure. Charlie found a mouse nest over here, and he's trying to tear it up. Come on, Charlie. Time to go in. I need to go take a couple of leaves and sit in my rocker. You know, us old folks always got rocking chairs. I don't actually. I have a recliner. Made some progress out here too. Got 4 of these posts out. I got 4 more to do. When I try to pull them with this, hook a chain on them, it actually lifts the back end of that old tractor. Trying to pull these out of the ground. But we got some. Then I got to figure out what to do with all these boards. I hate to just throw them away because they're good treated wood, but I don't know what I can use them for right now. I'll put them someplace. And I got to build safety rails for the porch here. There's just no end to it.